Imagine being in a room with 300 people. Music is playing, champagne is flowing. The most powerful people in Delhi are celebrating. Then suddenly, a young woman says one simple word, "No." Seconds later, the entire room falls silent. Hundreds of people witnessed what happened next. Yet when the truth was needed most, nobody remembered anything. Witnesses changed their stories. Powerful connections started appearing, and a case that seemed impossible to ignore slowly began to disappear. But what happened next shocked an entire nation. News channels exploded, protests filled the streets, millions demanded answers. How could 300 witnesses watch the same event? And then everyone go silent? Stay until the end, because this isn't just the story of Jessica Lal. It's the story of how an entire country fought back against power, influence, and silence.
Imagine a murder committed in a room filled with 300 witnesses. Now imagine the killer walking completely free for 7 years. It is late April 1999. A private elite party is underway at Tamarind Court, a high-end venue sitting directly in the shadow of New Delhi's Qutub Minar. The guest list is packed with politicians, socialites, and business tycoons. Behind the bar is Jessica Lal. She is a well-known model in the city, confident, independent, and working as a celebrity barmaid for the night. A crime committed in front of Delhi's most connected citizens exposes the specific pressure points of Indian society, revealing whether the rule of law can actually penetrate the inner circles of the elite. Sometime past midnight, the bar closes. The bottles are empty. A young man named Manu Sharma approaches the counter and demands a drink. He is the son of a powerful member of parliament, raised to expect total compliance. Jessica tells him the bar is closed. Sharma responds by pulling out 1,000 rupees, roughly $12 today, but a significant flex in 1999 Delhi, and slapping it onto the counter. Jessica slides the money back. She says no. Sharma draws a .22 caliber pistol. He fires one shot into the ceiling. The crowd panics. He fires a second shot, point blank into Jessica's head. Jessica collapses. Sharma doesn't run. He calmly walks out of the restaurant, past hundreds of frozen onlookers, stepping into the Delhi night with the absolute certainty that he will face no consequences. The cover-up begins almost immediately. Despite a crowd of 300 guests and a prominent victim, the first information report filed by the Delhi police lists the shooter as an unknown person. Physical proof evaporates. The murder weapon, the .22 caliber pistol, is never recovered. Outside, Sharma's abandoned Tata Safari SUV is quietly driven away from the scene by his associates before investigators secure it. When Sharma is finally arrested a full week later, he confesses to the shooting during police interrogation. But investigators make crucial procedural errors while recording it, rendering the confession legally inadmissible in court. Missing guns, relocated vehicles, and flawed paperwork suggest a coordinated effort. The investigation was systematically dismantled to ensure no physical evidence would reach the courtroom. This protection stems from his father, Vinod Sharma, an incredibly wealthy politician with ties reaching all the way to the former president of India. In Indian law, a hostile witness is someone who alters or retracts their previous statements while on the stand, often due to coercion or bribery. As the trial gets underway, a staggering 32 prosecution witnesses suddenly develop collective amnesia. People who explicitly detailed the shooting to police claim they cannot remember seeing anything. The most damaging retraction comes from Shayan Munshi, the man working alongside Jessica that night. In court, he claims 2 different men fired the shots and argues his original signed police statement was written in a language he didn't understand. This page from the official records discusses the trial court's decision. On February 21, 2006, the judge issues the ruling. Relying on hostile witnesses and the lack of a murder weapon, the court rules the prosecution failed to prove its case. Manu Sharma is acquitted. The 2006 acquittal demonstrated that justice could be outright purchased. With enough political influence and intimidation, a brazen public murder was erased from the legal record. But the system didn't account for Sabrina Lal. Jessica's sister refuses to accept the verdict. Her relentless persistence keeps the case from quietly fading away. Investigative journalists at Telhelka magazine step in. Using hidden cameras, they conduct a sting operation, capturing key witnesses freely admitting they were bribed by Vinod Sharma to stay When the footage airs, the public erupts. Hundreds of thousands of Indians mobilize using SMS campaigns and mass candlelight vigils. College students, professionals, and families flood the streets to demand justice. This overwhelming public pressure achieves the impossible. The Delhi High Court takes up an appeal on a fast-track basis, holding daily hearings to review the subverted evidence. This nationwide mobilization forced the judiciary to account for the obvious subversion of the trial. And for the first time in Indian history, the public effectively put the legal system itself on trial. This is the resulting judgment. In December 2006, the High Court completely overturns the trial court's acquittal, finding Manu Sharma explicitly guilty of the murder of Jessica Lal. The judges sentence him to rigorous imprisonment for life. The Supreme Court of India later upholds the conviction. Furthermore, it initiates perjury proceedings against Shayan Munshi and other witnesses who lied under oath, signaling that sabotaging a trial carries severe legal consequences. However, in 2020, Sharma is released from prison early on the grounds of good behavior. He served 14 years. It leaves a lingering question for the public. Does a 14-year sentence equate to justice for a life stolen over a refused drink? The Jessica Lal murder case exposed the exact mechanisms used to shield the elite from the law, but it also proved that when a determined family and an engaged public refuse to look away, they can force a broken institution to hold the powerful accountable.